strong bond of love. Naveen also conveyed his good wishes to Deepak and Sunayana for happy married life. Sunayana came to know the truth. It was a romantic evening for the young lovers Sunayana and Deepak. They were in the green park surrounded by the tall trees, small ponds, fountains and plenty of small trees blooming were added to the beauty of the park. Birds making noise and moving from one end to another. The climate was fine and enjoyable. Walkers were small in number on that day. Young lovers' walk the talk was a thrilling romantic experience. Deepak was affectionately calling Sunayana as Sana and she was calling him as Deepak. I love you Deepak and want to spend my whole life with you. I too love you Sana. Our mind is same. Our hearts are coming very close. Deepak. Regular walk promotes the healthy mind, body and spirit. Yes. Sana. Those who walk minimum 5 to 6 kilometers per day would get maximum benefit. Deepak. Do you think walk the talk is a distinctive storytelling exercise? Yes. In addition to it, walk the talk is the best way to understand each other. Deepak. If both are involved vigorously, the purpose of walk the talk would be served. Their walk the talk was on various topics like romance, health, finance and future plan of wedding. Naveen was upset to see his colleagues, who were engaged in a romantic situation. Even after half an hour there was no sign of stopping their walk. Naveen, Sunayana and Deepak went to the public park for evening walk. Naveen disliked Deepak and Sunayana developed intimacy. He was waiting their arrival to the spot, where he was relaxing on a bench. Why Naveen disliked their intimacy even after knowing her engagement with Deepak. All these persons were advocates and managing DNS law firms since 3 years. DNS stands for the first letter of their name. They know each other since their school days. Naveen stopped them and asked, "Hello. Deepak, you told me that you don't walk." "Yes. I wanted to tell something to Sana. You know, she is going to marry with me shortly," said Deepak. Sunayana did not respond as her mood was off due to the interference of Naveen. She wanted to continue romantic talk with Deepak. All these guys were in the age group of 30 to 35 years. Sunayana was the youngest. Their story of love, hate and friendship was the talk of the town. It was like a gossip among other lawyers and general public. Gossip would lose its originality by the time the story reached to a last person. Same thing happened in case of these advocates. Sunayana became a widow due to the untimely death of her husband in a car accident. She was practicing as a lawyer along with her husband before joining the law firm. Sunayana wanted a life partner. She had already in mind to choose either Deepak or Naveen. but she kept this matter confidential. Somehow, the duo came to know this fact. Sunayana had free and frank opinion on marriage. She had her own parameters to choose a life partner. Finally, Deepak was her choice. He came in her life as a friend, philosopher and guide. Whenever Sunayana was in trouble, Deepak was the first person to extend all possible help. Once, Sunayana had fever running high temperature. She sent a message to both the colleagues. Deepak, on hearing the news, rushed to her. He took her to hospital for immediate treatment. She became normal after 2 days. Doctor advised her to take rest at least 1 week. During her rest period, he provided all comforts, even after knowing her ill health. Naveen did not come to see. There were so many instances of different nature where Deepak helped Sunayana. Naveen came to know her decision to marry Deepak. He became disappointed. The three partners entered into an agreement on all the issues concerned to the D&S law firm. They were experts in civil, criminal and juvenile cases. Number of clients increased on the first year itself. Visit the various courts on the working days was their daily schedule. Their profession was lucrative due to their hard work. Deepak and Sunayana were moving freely after the engagement ceremony. But the things were not moved in favor of them. They reached to the crucial point where both had to break the relationship. Who created such adverse situations between them? Naveen was unhappy to know the engagement of Sunayana and Deepak. He decided to break Deepak's Sunayana marriage. He was waiting for an opportunity to execute his plan. Naveen was a bachelor. Deepak was a widower and Sunayana was a widow. Deepak's wife died due to her prolonged illness. Naveen knew that breaking the marriage was a dangerous endeavor. Creating rift among Deepak and Sunayana was a difficult job. He was also aware that it was an immoral act. He was also fully aware that he was deceiving his own boyhood friend. His only aim was to marry with Sunayana. He knew that to indulge in such activity one must be prepared to face any eventuality. Knowing all these factors very well, he decided to go ahead. He wanted to create such a situation where break-up of marriage would be inevitable. His inner voice was cautioned not to venture such an unholy attempt. A criminal lawyer had developed a criminal mind. He studied the similar cases of the past. His strategy was planting the seeds of doubt among them through a confident person. He was thinking alone in a solitary place. Number of dangerous ideas and a suitable person to defame his friend was flashed to his mind. The suitable person for this job was Somesh, who can brainwash Sunayana. He was earlier working in D&S law firm as an attender. Samesh was removed from service by Deepak for an offence of stealing his imported wristwatch. Sunayana told Deepak not to sack him and give him an opportunity to reform. Her request was declined by Deepak. Samesh was earlier working with Sunayana's deceased husband. Naveen called Samesh to a famous restaurant of the city for a dinner. He offered him sumptuous food. The work was briefed to him. Naveen assured him to pay a hefty amount as a reward and a job for him if he successfully executes the plan. The plan was already prepared. Samesh was unhappy with Deepak and wanted to take revenge. In the presence of Deepak, he can't execute his plan. One day, Naveen informed Samesh about Deepak's 7 days tour program to Kolkata. Deepak left for Kolkata on the scheduled date. Samesh met Sunayana on the very next day. She had a good opinion and sympathy towards Samesh. He told her everything against Deepak. Samesh was expert in acting. It was a shocking revelation for Sunayana. Sunayana was seriously thinking why Deepak had kept such serious matters secret. She could not sleep whole night. She thought it would be better to wait till Deepak returns from the tour. In the meantime, she wanted to cross-check the facts. Next day morning she asked Naveen about the charges leveled against Deepak. He played a trick to confuse Sunayana. "Madam, as per the public opinion the charges are 100% true. But as a close friend of Deepak, I don't have an iota of doubt on him." Sunayana was in puzzle whether to believe the charges or not. While searching the files in the office, Sunayana found materials which go against Deepak. She became quite confident that whatever Samesh told was true. She decided to keep distance from Deepak. When Deepak returned from Kolkata, he observed lot of changes in the attitude of Sunayana. He asked her several times the reasons of misunderstanding. She requested him not to ask any questions. Deepak was surprised and wanted to know the real cause for this. Naveen was most happy to know the breakup of Deepak-Sunayana marriage. He was thinking to meet Sunayana at the earliest. The happy moment for him was temporary. Bad days started in the life of Naveen. The private companies in which Naveen invested lakhs of rupees declared bankrupt. He miserably burnt his finger. The criminal cases handled by him were failed in the court. He realized doing harm to others definitely backfire. He left the place with the firm decision not to return for a longer period. Deepak came to know that Naveen was absconding. He suspected Naveen for the unexpected recent developments. Deepak lodged a complaint with the police to trace him. A letter written by Naveen was found in his drawer. It was addressed to Deepak. In the letter, he admitted his crime of spreading false news against Deepak through Samesh. He apologized for his heinous act and requested not to make any attempt to trace him. He further requested to bear till he returns back. Naveen also conveyed his good wishes to Deepak and Sunayana for happy married life. Sunayana came to know the truth. She felt sorry for doubting the character of Deepak. She told him, "Truth alone triumph." Both married in a temple on an auspicious day in the presence of selected few guests. Human beings can make any plans as they want, but it's God who decides. Thank you for watching.